It's November 23rd, it's a Monday, and this is of course the video log that takes 30,000 to a million. And today, after I give you a brief overview of the account, I'm going to talk about a very humbling topic, which is to appreciate what you don't know. It's a very Warren Buffett-esque type of advice here. So here we go. This is the account here. I'm sitting at 128,400. Had about a $1,400 drop today. I'm going to briefly just scroll through the option positions and then equity positions on the right here. You can see the ticker, the strike price, whether it's a call or a put, expiration date, number of contracts, and whether it's sell or buy. A bunch of my contracts actually expired on the 20th, so now I have the December 4th. A few calls here that are going to be expiring and executing in the case of robinhood shell. I'm a bit, by the way, thrown off by the fact that virtually all of my old position except energy transfer has gone away, and also a lot of my real estate positions that I was trying to acquire, which was Salmon Property Group, that's way up too high, and none of my puts are going to execute. So I'm and it's unfortunate that I couldn't get into the position, but again, it kind of relates to today's topic, which is I have no way of knowing that. Moving further down, you can see the change of the liability on the right, which is the green or red numbers. And then I'm going into my equity positions now. You can see Apple cost me well over a couple grand today in valuation change. And then all the rest of my positions were fairly stable to maybe a little bit positive, especially in the case of the uranium stocks and energy transfer, thankfully. But all these oil stocks are about to go. I mean, I've sold the call options against them, so they're gone. Visa was up almost $100. Visa's been doing really great for me. I mean, if I put my entire account into Visa, I would have been just fine. You can see here, this is the 5-year chart. It's a very solid company, and it performs well. I'm up 20% on it since I bought it. Dividend is not very big. You can see it's only $4.80 here, but or 0.6%. And the PE ratio is fairly high, but it's such a stable company. I mean, people are going to be transacting in Visa unless there's some huge revolution in payment systems. Okay, so there's Visa, emerging market bonds, and I'm even getting rid of my Hercules capital because it's appreciated so much. It's already 13.14. I had bought it at, where's my cost basis here? I can't find it. Anyway, oh, there we go, 11.32. Sorry, I'm used to looking at the phone, so the website's a little bit different. 11.32 cost basis, it's sitting at 13.4. It's a pretty big gain, 16%. I've already sold 100 shares, and then I sold $15 calls for next year. And in the meantime, I'll be collecting dividend. If it happens to drop and stay below $15, great. I'll keep the position and collect dividends, and if it goes over $15, I'd be happy selling it as well. So whenever I'm making this trade, I'm kind of happy with both situations, which is my edge here. This is what I do, and we'll see. I mean, it's reached a high point of 15.99 somewhere in here in February. So it's possible that it's going to go that high. If it goes down to 7 or 6.9, whatever, 6.6 the low is, probably buy some more. Sell some more puts. Okay, I think that's about it with the account. Well, why don't I go to the account tab? Now, my portfolio value is a lot lower. It's not over 140 yet because I've entirely gotten rid of the margin. I have no more margin. Since some of the calls executed, I don't have any margin left. So now I'm kind of ready for a correction, to lever up again. It's one of my methodologies, my MOs. Here are the positions sorted by total return, and then here are the positions sorted by size. And you can see my top 5 positions are profitable, which is great, and only 1 out of the top 10 is negative, which is energy transfer. So that's great. If you're interested in to see a little bit further in the account, this is the weekly chart, this is the monthly chart, 3-month chart is about even, 1-year chart is up 52%, so that's great. And this is the all-time chart. Pretty aggressive dip here. Okay, but you all should know that already if you've been following this video log. Now let's talk about what you don't know. I think probably one of the biggest lessons I've had so far in investing is gaining a greater appreciations of the things I'm not good at, right? So the market keeps humbling me, and I'm pretty far down in the confidence graph now, meaning like I don't think that I'm better than any other trader, but I use that as kind of my leverage. I levered that up, right? And so I go against the average trader usually, and it's helped me actually build this account up and have such above average returns, because I know that most traders, especially nowadays, are buying calls, buying puts, doing all kinds of crazy stuff. So usually I try to rake in that theta, decay. I'm trying to collect that premium that they're paying out. So and it's very similar to being the casino when people are betting on blackjack, right, or some other game like roulette. Then the house always wins, and so I try to be the house. But I'm a very, very tiny casino right now, and really big changes in the markets can kind of sway my account up and down very, very violently. And I'm not only a casino, of course. I have some other investments, and I have some leap options that I've bought for Apple, etc. So there are other things that I do with the account except trying to be a casino. But my point is that I'm not trying to price pick. That's a game that I've never been able to win. Sometimes I'm able to do that. Like, for example, I've noticed some trends that hold true and they don't seem to be getting priced into the market. For example, one of the trends that I've noticed is that commodities, especially commodities like silver, tend to pop really aggressively off of extreme market downturns. So I can feel safe about buying some silver calls at the very, very bottom of a very sharp decline for reasons that I've discussed in numerous videos. This is like almost episode 300, so I'm not going to discuss them again. But there are some patterns that I've noticed that have not priced in the markets. But what I've also noticed is that whenever someone finds a pattern that works for them in the short term or long term, eventually gets priced in to the markets. Enough people find out about it and take the other side of that trade, and now it gets neutralized. And what happens is, as the markets go on, the next time it happens, the reverse will happen. So this could be the last downturn where silver exploded off the lows. Maybe next time there is a crash, at the bottom of the crash, when the overall markets start recouping their losses, silver will continue to drag down. It could happen. Or maybe, perhaps, with the crash, silver won't drop at all. In that case, maybe it's worth shorting, I don't know, on the recovery. So I can't predict the future, of course, and that's the reason why when I sell contracts, I take the word of the market for what they think the value of the equity or the underlying asset is. So I will sell a contract around that value. I'm not going to try to say, oh, well, yeah, I have a general idea of what I think is undervalued, overvalued, but I'm not going to try to, if I knew what the price would be, then I'd be buying options, So I'm not smart enough to do that, and I've been humbled enough times by the market to know that. It's taken many years, but that's where I'm at right now. So I'm really interested in your guys' experience. So if you would tell me a story where, or a time where the markets humbled you and knocked you down in your confidence level, and you realized that you aren't as good a trader or investor as you thought you were. What made you realize that? Like, what happened in your trading history to make you do that? I'm really interested in hearing. All right, maybe next time I'll analyze the stock. Okay, so let me know in the comments below, all right? Okay, peace out. That's it for now. I'll make another video probably Thursday or next Monday. Been getting busy. All right, peace.